folks. Welcome back to Coffee Time with Almeida. It is May 26th, Tuesday, May 26th. The sun is out here today, out here in Plymouth, America's hometown. Hopefully everybody is also enjoying the sunshine somewhere today. Excited today. We have Frank Martucci on. He is the president of the National Charity Foundation for the United States Bartenders Guild. He does a lot of charity work. Frank and I have been friends for a while. We worked together in USBG Rhode Island, and we'll probably reminisce a little bit, but not too much. We got some cool stuff to talk about. And yeah, tomorrow is my friend Gabe Rodriguez coming all the way from, he is in Westchester right now, living the pandemic life. So anyways, I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to bring Frank on here 1 second. Here we go. Frank, good morning. What's happening?
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good. Beautiful morning in Rhode Island.
I know. You're in Bristol,
Bristol.
Right?
Yeah, loving the East Bay.
You get a nice coastal breeze, right? You guys are on the Secana River?
Yeah, we're right off of that. Yes. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to go to. My dad used to take us out to that park out in Little Compton. What the hell's the name of it? The Breton. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. It'll come back to me. But we used to take us all the way out to the point too, and I've seen some cool hurricanes out there. Anyways.
Yeah. No, it's a it's a great spot, and the coastal communities are always great, and especially in Rhode Island, so it's nice.
Oh, so wait, you're on this kind of river, but you're on the other side of Little Compton, right?
I'm on the other side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We're a couple houses off the bike path, so.
Oh, you do a lot of biking?
Yeah, trying to get out again today, so I'm getting ready for the biking for the bars event.
So let's get down to it. Tell us about what you do for the National Charity Foundation.
So currently, I'm president for our United States Bartending Guild National Charity Foundation. So, ironically, the foundation was started about 2012. Founding board member, but it was kind of founded when a member came up to us and said, "How do we get out of this industry alive with our health, a little money and our sanity intact?" And during these pandemic times, it kind of rings a bell, that statement. So, we give back. We're very socially responsible. We give back to community service and also some, fundraising and philanthropy events. So, we're doing a huge grant process. Part of it is the Bartender Emergency Relief Fund. Last week, had over 4,200 donors that donated to the fund. We had over close to almost 300,000 people that applied for the grants. We're fortunate, and a shout out to all the volunteers. We had over 500 volunteers who worked over 1,100 hours so far granting this stuff. Kim Hasserud out of Arizona has been really taking the lead as one of the USBG board members, and Genevieve Porter. We can't thank her enough, and the team, Aaron Gregory Smith. We were giving out probably 5 to 6 grants a month to those that are in need, and we did some bigger ones with the Hurricane Relief Fund, as well as Nashville right before the pandemic hit. But challenging times, and very fortunate that the United States Bartending Guild National Charity Foundation, along with so many other charities, are really giving back to our industry in these times. So yeah, it's been great. Doing a lot of charity work across the country. All our chapters are really diving in and really supporting the community. Here in Rhode Island, Ben Terry, Liz Sattel, Kristen Dumfrey, Christine Mercado's really been chipping in for the, our local chapter. We've been doing food drives and meals to those in the industry. So we can't thank the local team here as well to support our industry. So,
can you tell us a little bit about the USBG as a national organization, just for folks that don't know, because I'm sure we have a lot of viewers that haven't heard of it.
The United States Bartending Guild is, been around for years now. We kind of are a craft organization that bartenders and beverage professionals, and we have almost a chapter or a couple chapters in every state, and it's all about education, educating our community. Also competitions that we do a little bit more virtual these days than live. A lot of networking as well, and also community service. So it's great. We're part of the IBA, which is an International Bartending Association too, which is about 70 different members. Countries that are part of that as well. But it's short money. It's a little over $100 to join to be a member. And it really gives you, if you like more education, the guild is great for that. If you like competition, it's great for that. If you like the network, which I, find really good, especially for a small state like Rhode Island, to get out there and see what's going on. It's good for that piece of it. And, I'm always passionate about community service. So I'm glad that the guild does that piece of it as well. On that side, the United States Bartending Guild and the United States Charity Foundation, two separate things. United States Bartending Guild is a 501c. It's a charitable organization. So hopefully that helps out.
Yeah. So, I lived in New York City before I lived in Providence, and though New York City has one of the largest USBG chapters, I think, in the country, I didn't learn about it until I moved to Providence and met you.
Yeah.
And a few other folks, but.
Yeah, I think in 2011 we started a Rhode Island chapter, and shout out to Jonathan Pogash, good friends for both of us. Kind of helped us mentor the chapter in 2011 with Mike Lester and Kelly Adams and Maggie Longo Para. All three of them are still heavily involved in our Rhode Island hospitality charge. So it's always been fun to be part of that piece of it. Every time my wife hears Michael Lester in a statement, she thinks I'm up to some kind of another event or anything. So it's always a fun piece of that. But we started the guild in 2011 really strong, and it continues today, and we're proud to be associated with it on that level. So yeah.
Now the Bartenders Guild goes way back, right? Like
yeah. I don't quote me wrong. I don't want to be quoted, but I think it's I want to say 1946 or not in the 50s.
Yeah,
so
that's about right. Pogash knows the answer to that one.
Yeah. But if anybody wants to learn more about the United States Charity Foundation, it's usbgfoundation.org too. So we're still accepting donations, and we're still issuing grants, and we do weekly podcasts. Kim does weekly updates as well about the foundation. So join in, and it's we do a live stream. I don't know if it's a podcast. I should watch that word, a podcast, but we do a live stream, and it's on the usbgfoundation.org site. So it's every Thursday, and we give updates on everything that's going on, and you can listen in.
Okay, I'll check it out. So if folks are interested in donating, you can go to the Coffee Time site, link we shared earlier, and there's links in Frank's bio to the USBG National Charity Foundation.
Yep.
So that's pretty incredible, because you folks opened it up so you don't need to be a member. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, and thanks for mentioning that, Chris. So, it's any person who is in the beverage part of the industry, front of line worker, can apply for it. It does take a few minutes. Make sure that you fill out everything. We found out prior that people were just rushing through it, and so make sure that you put everything out. And we have over 500 volunteers working around the clock issuing these grants, so we're very fortunate as well. And so thanks for that piece of it. And I just want to also say, in Rhode Island, there's so many people who are really stepping up to the place. A good friend of ours, Alicia, is doing the Rhode Island COVID Hospitality Fund. So if you want to, please look at her site and donate to it. So, she's been able to really give out some really good funds.
I think they raised over $20,000, right?
Yeah, I think she's up to $26,000.
And I think I saw she had given them. They had already given out like 17,000 of it.
That's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, Sons. Shout out to Sons of Liberty and Pat Cole and Mike Rapucci and the team for donating all this hand washing sanitary needs out to the community. Frankie, Sylvia, and the team down in Newport at the Landing, donating to the hospitality industry. Bajat, who used to be part of the Howell Group, Panera Breads, donating every day to the hospitals, also a Rhode Island Hospitality Board member. But, all these go unnoticed. Ed Brady and the team over with the Thirsty Beaver, always working around the clock and doing some stuff as well. So it's amazing, the hearts that go out there.
It's really incredible to see the whole service industry start to come together and take care of each other,
Our industry has always been one that has been kind of recession proof a little bit. I don't want to say recession proof, but, someone unfortunately got laid off or quit a job. They always kind of fell back on that hospitality job. Like, hey, I can get a job, either waiting table bartending or falling back on the trade. What we always know is a real job and still believe that, people go, had that job and always fell back on it as a second source of income, or also if something happened that they would, go back to it. And this is the first time ever, I think, that the industry has gotten rocketed with, the closures of restaurants and it's the first time that, we really couldn't fall back on going back to work so quickly. And I think it's hurt everyone. So it's really challenging times for our industry, to say the least.
Tell me about the bike ride. Tell us about the bike ride.
Yeah, super excited about the bike ride coming up. It's Monday, June 15th. The rain date will be Tuesday, the next day. We teamed up. It was a USBG National Charity Initiative with Campari and Tony Abagamam out of Vegas with the Helen David Relief Fund. A couple of years ago, it started. We brought the bike ride to Rhode Island 3 years ago. And 3 years ago, we had the largest ride in the state, over 50 bikers. We had the largest bike ride. It was great. Chris did it. And it was just great. It's great to be part of something. It was all hospitality people. We rode about 26 miles. Tony came out to support it as well. Did it again last year with about 40 different riders. We wanted to bring it back this year. And, part of our charity efforts for the USBG Charity Foundation, and overall, you start seeing it as something that's a trend, is mental and well-being of the bartender or the hospitality industry person. And I think nowadays, more than ever, with the pandemic, it's out there. So when we knew the race was coming up, we wanted to find a way to do it. And reached out to Campari, and they jumped on board and said, let's do it. But we wanted to make sure that we fell within the guidelines. So instead of having all 50 bikers start off at once, we developed a course that had 5 bikers to come in with the limit with Rhode Island social responsible laws a couple weeks ago to do it. So teams of 5 can join up and race, and there's different routes. There's one route going from Bristol to Providence, another route going from Providence to Bristol and back, and then also a Newport route. And it's just a fun time. All the routes are about 20 miles. So if somebody wants to, do it twice, they can go up to 40 miles, which a lot of bikers want to do. And that social person who wants to get out there and just ride along, it'll be about 20 to 22 miles. I want to say thank you so much to Joaquin Meza and Marco for supporting the bike ride the last couple of years. They're the ones that helped do the course and also help get some of the riders. And it definitely couldn't have been part of that piece of it without doing it. And this year we have bikers coming in from New Jersey. Former Twin River employee and manager Tommy Delano is going to come up from Rhode Island, and he's going to be biking in for the Culinary Institute for some funds. We have yourself and also Joe Pereira coming in from the Cape area and New Bedford area, so we're excited to have you. Hopefully Jonathan Pogash, calling you out, Jonathan. Hopefully you come and enjoy the ride as well. And this we have some local people as well over here doing it too, so it's going to be a fun event. Jen Davis is doing it the second time. Jen did it last year with her baby boy Crash. Did the whole 26 miles, and it was awesome. It was awesome. She was definitely a trooper, and so is he. And I'm glad that Jen's going to come back and help support it as well. This year, the last 2 years, we raised money for the Helen David Relief Fund. This year, it's going to go back to the bartender or the bar community or the hospitality. So each rider will be riding on their own behalf, on the behalf of the bar or restaurant they represent. or also they can just donate it to a hospitality organization like the USBG Charity Foundation, Alicia's Hospitality Fund. Also, the Rhode Island Hospitality Employee Fund, which is part of the Rhode Island Hospitality Group too. So a lot of ways of giving. Joe already raised over $200. Thanks, shout out to Olivia for helping support that out of Vegas.
Nice.
But the ride is along, for most part, all coastal communities too. So it's just a fun day out. Chris, I think you would agree. We can't stress enough mental and wellness during these times, and always. And I think it's really a good time, in June 15th, to get the hospitality community out in small groups, to enjoy a really nice day, and get some fresh air, some good exercise, and hopefully they continue to do that moving forward, to stay healthy, because we need them when we all get back to work. I
haven't ridden a bike since the last bike ride.
But Chris, so just for those people who are worried about the 20 to 25 miles, it's a great ride. I mean, it's not too challenging, and it's fun. Would you agree?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, it was piece of cake. And it's all flat for the most part. There was a little scary when you're going through Providence from right. You had to cross it over from Bristol, and you're going through on the city streets. I might opt for the Newport ride.
Right. So just to let you know, we cut that segment out, so the ride will be more on the flatter. So we're going to both Newport, the Providence ride will probably start closer to the East Providence line or over the bridge. Will be a little easier, but that long ending finish isn't happening this year. Same with Newport. Newport was a little bit more challenging than the year before. We had about 17 inclines, so this year we won't have as many inclines. But I think at one time Marco goes, "What did you do to get us upset last year, Frank?" Ride the challenge. We had a lot of inclines last year, so but this year's definitely going to be 20, about an average of 22 miles, but not that big incline that you saw last year, Chris. Or 2 years ago.
I'm looking. It wasn't even the incline part. It was like the other cars in the road. I'm not a biker, so. But that being said, it was easy for me to do it. I'm not really in shape, so.
Yeah, part of the people that are helping. We have some people from Twin River Casino helping out, Anthony Gaeta, and also a good friend of ours, Opie Oppenheimer, Adam, is helping out. He bought a bike the other day, so watch out. He hasn't been on a bike in a while either.
Oh, nice.
But Adam and Opie does so many great things for our community and the Flair community as well, with flip out and stuff like that. And so he's helping out as well, and with the bike ride this year. So we're looking forward to bringing in.
No, sorry. Do you mind telling us about the Broken Wheel Charity Foundation?
Yeah, I just want to go back. If anybody wants to do the bike ride, make sure that you register. Chris, if you want to share the link, but it's Biking for Bars. Once again, June 15th. So just register, and we'll be in contact with you on how you can start raising funds for yourself, for your bar or restaurant, or a nonprofit. Project Broken Wheel has been a little passion of mine. Started it in Newport, Rhode Island. Good friend of mine from the Gas Lamp had a police officer come up to him and said, "Hey, we have some bikes that hasn't been claimed in over a year. Do you think you can do anything or help refix them and donate them back to charity?" So he reached out to me knowing I did some charitable work, and we created something called Project Broken Wheel. And today we've donated over 1,400 bikes to underprivileged children or community shelters that are in need of bicycles. And we take bicycles in year round. When I started working at Twin River in 2007, I asked them if we can continue to work up there, and they really welcomed the program. And it became more of a hospitality program, even more so. Everyone on our board of directors are in the hospitality industry, and we work a couple times a year where we get these donated bikes. And Twin River has supported the program so much they give us a spot on the property, but off site of the casino to host the bikes, and we house them there until we get them fixed, and then we donate them around Christmas time every year, and then we usually do a June donation as well. We'll see if this happens this year just because of the pandemic, but we donate bikes twice a year. And we basically just get refurbished bikes, and, we change tires and chains, and, we really make them look fresh and new, and we donate them to those in need around Rhode Island. We've been donated during the hurricane down in New York City a couple of years ago. We donated some bikes down there as well. But it's just a great piece. We get the hospitality industry all together a couple times a year, and we help fix up the bikes, and then we donate them. It's such a great cause, and definitely couldn't have done it without the board. So Carrie, Kristen, Paul, Mike, Elena, Bart's been with us with the program since the beginning of it, and we can't really thank Twin River Casino enough for really helping us host it as well. And they give us a lot of the support as well needed, as well as the rest of the industry, everyone that's helped out. I mean, I can't even count the amount of man hours or the people that helped out since then. And it's just a great piece, and hopefully, we can get together soon. We've donated some bicycles and some funds during these times to industry people in the hospitality industry without any flair, any social media presence. We just kind of did it under the radar, and we continue to do it. Elena just reached out to us yesterday for another bike donation to someone in need. So Project Broken Wheel Foundation is on Facebook. You can look at our site, and if you'd like to donate as well. We're also a 510c charitable foundation, so we definitely use all those all the money and give it back. Our overhead is extremely low. We don't really have much incurring costs besides usually buying some stuff needed for the bike. So 100% of it pretty much goes back to the bike program.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been on the Twin River property where you have to literally have a little bike shop.
Yeah, it's we grew from a hole in the wall place to really Twin River giving us a nice space to fix the bikes and donating them as well. So it's once again, if you want to be part of it, send me a message or send our team a message as well, and hopefully, maybe in July or something, we'll be back all together and fixing up some bikes and donating them for the summertime. From what I'm hearing, bikes are becoming hard to get to. I guess, gardening, Zoom times, and I guess biking is the big trends these days. So, but with that piece of it, we do have some bikes that we'll be donating throughout the community in the upcoming months.
All right. Speaking of gardening, do you have a garden going?
We do. We have one of those smaller, kind of off the ground, potted one that we're doing some stuff in, and raised bed. Thank you. But it's one of those things that are I forget the name of it, but we bought it at the flower show in Philadelphia 2 years ago, and it's doing well for us. And it's the first time that we're able to get our whole house and backyard in order by Memorial Day weekend with
spending some time and doing all this stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, same here. Weekends off now.
If I can just also mention this coming Thursday, the Rhode Island Hospitality Educational Fund. We lost a really big Rhode Island icon at the beginning of the pandemic. It wasn't COVID, but Al Zanella from the Mancini beverage group passed away, unfortunately, and we're doing a tribute to Al and a virtual toast this coming Thursday at 4:00, and also helping the Rhode Island Hospitality Employee Fund as well. So if you do have a chance, it's a slight donation of $10 to be part of it, but we have some really good speakers as well. Al was a icon legend and is sorely missed. The Zanella, Al, Bob Zanella have been so instrumental in everything we do in, the Rhode Island hospitality way. So he's sorely missed. And, during these troubled times, it was hard to kind of all get together. So we figured if we can at least do a Zoom call and a tribute to Al, it'll be happening this Thursday. So those who are on the call, please try to join us.
Cool. So do we Zoom into the meeting? How are we getting to that meeting?
Yeah, you can Zoom in. I can share there's a link up on my Facebook account, a tribute to Al Zanella, but I'll definitely share it a couple more times
I'll share
on that side of it. But we can host up to 300 people, and I'm sure there's going to be a couple hundred people on the call because Al was such a big a friend, peer, mentor to so many people. So we're looking forward to that this coming Thursday.
Just side note, Rob Hurst says good morning.
Mr. Hurst. Just going back to the USBG, I wouldn't be friends with one of my best friends, Rob, if it wasn't for the United States Bartending Guild, and him in Pittsburgh coming up in 2011 for the Northeast Conference. And, we kind of built a friendship from there. And he's definitely one of my best friends. I look forward to talking to him all the time and pick his brain too. He's what he helped out with the Rhode Pittsburgh chapter and everything he does for the hospitality industry is awesome. So, hey, Rob.
Marco says good morning too. So,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, what?
A friend of mine. Go ahead. Go. No, yeah, you first. You go.
No, I apologize. I had a little airplane going overhead, so I apologize. Go, Chris.
How dare you? I have a friend. Actually, the guest who was on my show yesterday went to eat at Troop over the weekend. They had the reservation. Now you're in Bristol. Do you see anybody around you guys doing that?
Yeah. Portside's doing it. The Irish Bar downtown is doing it as well. Lee Bywater's doing it. I haven't been over there yet to see it over in Warren, but would definitely want to go check them out as well. Unfortunately, like Newport a little bit, a lot of these restaurants are right off the curbside, right? So downtown Bristol makes it a little bit more challenging to do the outside dining. So I think a lot of the
same boat in Plymouth,
Yeah.
The sidewalks are too shallow. There's no parking lots really.
Yeah. No, Marco's on the call, but everyone, the Dolores team and everyone's been so creative, the Eddie team. And, before we were able to get, cocktails to go, they were doing the mixers to go. And, I think it's challenged all of us to be, thinking outside the box during these times. And the laws across the country are so, outdated that I think it's, we could have probably a whole different episode on just talking about, alcohol laws and how we can get better with that. But, Del Venturini and everyone in Rhode Island, and every morning I get up and I try to look at what's going on all our casino properties and see when we're opening and stuff like that, and trying to understand laws. But the laws are so outdated on in so many ways. So it should be interesting when we reopen and as legislation continues to talk, what laws are going to be passed or amended in the upcoming year.
It just seems crazy to me that we can't take alcohol off premise. You can get at a liquor store, you can drink it in the car if you really want to. And I feel like if folks are going to a fancy restaurant to get cocktails, they're not going to be drinking them in the car. They're probably going to wait till they get home.
Yeah, no, I think it's no, it's you have a nice bottle of wine at a restaurant and you really enjoy it, and then you're like, hey, I wish I can have another bottle, but it's hard to find at a package store. I mean, why not buy it right at the restaurant, right? And same with some of the spirits. I mean, there's some great spirits that are bartending community uses nowadays that are a little bit harder to find. It'd be nice to be able to buy stuff at places ready to go, and then these the Joaquin and the Jens and the Parkers and Alicia's of Rhode Island are making amazing cocktails. Vito, and I can name so many other people. I mean, to buy their cocktail to go, why not, right? If I want to host a party and I want to get a batch cocktail that hosts my party from these guys, hell yeah, why wouldn't I want to do that? So
it just makes sense, like throw us another lifeline.
Yeah. No. And once again, hopefully we continue to see these things, and the hospitality industry is in dire needs. We got to figure out ways to get back on our feet quicker in a safe manner, but quicker. So hopefully some of these things that are happening continue to happen, and they continue to extend it, and also, down the road, find better laws and better legislation to pass to help our community. So.
Yeah, I think we got that to look forward to, because we can't go back. It's going to take a long time to move forward. So.
Yeah. No, I think it's, it's good to see places opening up, and I think people are just putting their foot toe in the water, I guess, as they call it, and some people are diving in quicker, and some people are looking at how they can do it. So it'll be interesting to see how we get back. And June 1st in Rhode Island happens with 50% occupancy, so we'll see how that works out for a lot of the restaurants. But people are nervous. I mean, people are cautious, and
servers are nervous,
but
guests are nervous.
Yeah.
Owners are nervous.
Yeah.
Hospitals are nervous.
Yeah. It's been good to listen to your shows, Chris, and to see the different people that you're bringing on. It's been really good. The other day, the girl from New York City, and yesterday also the chef, and getting people's different aspect of what they're doing. And our industry is always one of giving back, right? And it's so hard. We all want to do that, right? We're the first ones to get hit up for gift cards or charitable events or doing some different things, and at this time of the need where we need to support, hopefully it'll come from those who we've supported so much in the past.
One would hope. So we're gonna get on our way out of here, but do you have? I know we're looking forward to the bike ride, right? So that's coming up. You got anything else you're looking forward to in the next weeks?
No, just hopefully just getting back and making some reservations to some of my favorite places to eat at and dine at. And unfortunately, I had to cancel my trip with my family to Italy this year. Yours is June 24th. So hopefully they have a chance to come up and we can have a good time there. And want to try to get up to Portland, Maine, and see Pat McDonald and everything, all the awesome things he's doing up there, and the Portland crew. And they have a great website too that they're doing up there to support some funds. So kudos to Pat McDonald and the Portland crew up there. It's a Save Our Shift event that they're doing up there. Thanks Pat and everyone. Crystal.
They can do to-go cocktails.
Yeah, they're doing to-go cocktails, and was fortunate to jump on a call with Pat. That's it. I want to do a shout out if Ed Brady's listening, but if Ed Brady's listening or not, we can refocus on. I'm calling out Ed Brady and Justin Erickson and Lupe to do the bike ride this year for Biking for Bars. Ed has a wedding coming up, so I know he needs to get in the shape, and Justin just had a kid, so I think he can get some exercise. And Lupe's been a big piece of our food scene as well as our hospitality scene. So just a shout out to these guys. I'm calling you guys out, and you should be a team, and I'm sure you can bring our Ryan Drain along with you, and do a thirsty team for the bike ride. So besides that, I really appreciate you inviting me on the call, Chris. Everyone stay safe, mental and wellness. Make sure that if you're in need of anything, reach out to a friend or a peer. We're here to help you out. And we'll looking for everyone to get behind the bar again, serve us some cocktails.
Yeah, me too. Cool. Well, Frank, I'm just gonna have you hold on for a second while I say goodbye to everybody, and I'll be right back, Frank, and just gonna put you on mute for a second. All right, go back to my one shot here. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. That was fun. It's always awesome to see Frank, and talk to him. He calls me up every now and then, and I call him up every now and then, and now he's in the show telling us he's got all this great stuff going on. I don't know how he has time, and I don't know how he does it all. A lot of stuff going on. All right, so tomorrow we have another friend on, Gabriel Rodriguez, coming all the way from Westchester, New York, and he's just going to talk about COVID life. He is a culinary instructor, which I think he's just playing video games right now, but he'll tell us all about that. It's a beautiful day. Take advantage of it. Please wear your mask out in public. It's to protect others, not just yourself, or not for yourself at all. Really, we're just trying to protect each other. It's in my opinion, it is a sign of respect, right? Cool. Well, I'm going to leave you with my outro song here. Here we go. Coffee time.